Hi everyone! I wanted to give you an update on the progress I made on my JRPG game during the month of January. I want to start doing these monthly devlogs to give more frequent update as well as to keep myself motivated to work on the game. First, I stopped working on the combat system for now in order to focus on developing the actual game. I consider the combat code to be more of a prototype, so I'm going to discard most of it and remake it later in development. At that moment, I will replace the current placeholder Tails characters for my own original characters. Even though there are some missing features like items or local multiplayer, it has given me a good idea of what I want for the game. Next, I'm cheating a bit here because I worked on these before January, but I still want to quickly mention the story and game design. I currently have a 23-page outline of the story detailing the complete main plot of the game. I'm waiting for feedback and I'm allowing myself some distance from it before making modifications. After that, I will work on the first draft of the script for all cutscenes in the game. As for the game design, I documented all the features and how they'll work, so I have a plan on what I want in my game. However, there's still a lot missing from the design, mostly stats and data. I still don't have a title or codename for my game, so I'll continue to call it my JRPG project for now. Now for the actual work. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of interesting things to show. I'm mostly starting on building the game framework and the top-down maps. I currently use assets from the Time Elements pack by Final Boss Blues. I worked on making the character controller for the player actors on the map. In old retro games there are two different types of character movement, pixel-based movement and tile-based movement. I want my game to have pixel movement and not be restricted to the grid. I first started by implementing analog movement, but it felt awkward when moving in a straight line. After trying out a bunch of different diagonal angle movement, I simply decided to go for a classical 8-direction movement. I had some issues with keeping the same facing direction when moving diagonally, but I found that by taking the dot product between the facing direction and the movement direction, I'm capable of testing if the change is small enough to keep the same direction. I spent a bit of time learning how to use Tile Editor. I want to use the software to design my maps and import them to Unity afterwards. I designed a few test maps in order to test the features for the editor. I also worked on teleports and loading to a new map. The way I designed the system is that each prefab contains the whole area, like a village or a dungeon, with the main area map and all its submaps. For example, when entering into a house, you simply teleport to an already loaded map elsewhere in the world space. The previous map is then deactivated and the new one is now active. No need to load the map every time. When changing to a new area, the current map is unloaded and the new one is loaded. This allows me to have only one scene for the towns or dungeon and load everything from prefabs. Sadly, I currently have an import issue with Tiled, probably caused by nested prefabs, so I revised my approach to use additive scenes instead of prefabs. There's also a cool feature in Tiled which allows to place objects in the map and then they are replaced by prefabs inside Unity. I'm still unsure whether I want to use it to place my teleport triggers and spawn point, or if I want to place everything manually in Unity. That's it for now. I'm really excited to start making the actual game. Subscribe if you want to be kept updated on the project. Thank you for showing interest in my game and I'll see you in my next devlog video.